Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
An hour ago, something happened that nobody expected. Liu Yuning, the man known for his calm and unshakable image, broke down in front of an entire theater while watching Zhao Lusi's latest drama Love Ambition. What could possibly make one of China's most composed actors cry so openly? Tonight, on Update X24H, we uncover the truth behind this unforgettable moment. At the September premiere of Love Ambition, Zhao Lusi's performance unfolded with a depth and intensity that few in the audience had anticipated. The drama itself had been highly anticipated for months, but nothing could have prepared those present for the raw power of the story that played out on screen. Among the attendees was Liu Yuning, an actor whose reputation for composure and emotional discipline has long defined his career. Yet in that darkened theater, surrounded by peers and critics, he found himself moved beyond measure. Witnesses described how he shifted uneasily in his seat, rising more than once as though the emotions were too heavy to bear, before returning again, unable to turn away. What they saw was not simply a man watching a colleague's performance, but an artist experiencing something that transcended professional admiration. For years, Liu Yuning has been known as a figure of steadiness, a man who carried himself with a quiet strength that seemed unshakable. To see him so visibly overwhelmed was nothing short of astonishing. Observers recounted how he wiped his eyes repeatedly, his voice breaking as he muttered words barely audible, fragments of disbelief at the emotional storm that had overtaken him. It was not the polished reaction of someone applauding a role well executed. It was the unraveling of a heart touched in the most unexpected way. What made it even more striking was the contrast between his public image and this private revelation, exposed so openly before his peers. The pivotal moment that broke through his defenses came during a scene in which Zhao Lusi's character faced an impossible choice: to pursue love or to uphold her family's honor. The performance, layered with subtlety and quiet anguish, carried a weight that seemed to reach beyond the screen. For Liu Yuning, and for many others in that room, it was not merely a fictional dilemma, but a universal struggle rendered with honesty and vulnerability. His tears became a testament to the truth of what he was witnessing, a truth that reminded everyone present that art at its highest form is not entertainment alone, but a mirror that reflects back the complexities of the human spirit. That night, in the theater where applause and critique were expected, something far more powerful occurred. A wall of restraint crumbled, and in its place stood the undeniable evidence that even the most controlled hearts are not immune to the force of genuine storytelling. In Zhao Lusi's performance, Liu Yuning discovered not just a colleague's achievement, but a moment of shared humanity that silenced the room and left a lasting mark on everyone who witnessed it. What made this moment so extraordinary was not simply the fact that Liu Yuning shed tears in a public setting, but the deeper truth behind those tears. For years, he has been regarded as one of the industry's most composed and disciplined figures, someone who could separate his professional work from his private emotions with remarkable ease. To see him undone by a single performance revealed something profound about the nature of art itself. Zhao Lusi's role in Love Ambition was more than an interpretation of a character. It was an embodiment of love, sacrifice, and the burdens of choice that every human being, in some way, recognizes within themselves. Her performance reached a place beyond the script, beyond the carefully crafted dialogue, and entered the fragile space where human vulnerability resides. It was there that Liu Yuning, despite his years of experience and resilience, could no longer hold back. Those who watched him that night said it was as if the weight of the story had pierced straight through his professional armor. His reaction was not the polite admiration of one actor appreciating another, but the unfiltered response of a man who was suddenly confronted with truths that echoed against his own life. The scene where Zhao Lusi's character stands at the crossroads between love and honor seemed to dissolve the line between fiction and reality. In her trembling voice, in the sorrow reflected in her eyes, there was an authenticity so raw that even someone accustomed to the illusions of film could not escape its pull. For Liu Yuning, the performance did not remain on the screen. It became a mirror, and in that reflection he found himself. What audiences and industry insiders witnessed was a reminder of why stories matter. Acting at its highest form is not simply a craft of technique or a display of talent. It is the courage to expose the deepest layers of humanity, to reveal the fears, the longings, and the quiet heartbreaks that many hide away. Zhao Lusi achieved precisely that, and Liu Yuning's collapse into tears became the most powerful validation of her work. His breakdown was not weakness. It was evidence of connection. It showed that even the strongest can be moved when truth is presented without disguise. That is the deeper impact of this moment, the proof that great performances are not bound by stage or screen, but live on in the hearts they touch, long after the lights dim and the credits roll. In the quiet aftermath of the screening, when the lights lifted and the audience was expected to exchange polite words of admiration, Liu Yuning's silence became louder than any applause. Witnesses described how he tried to approach Zhao Lusi, only to stop himself repeatedly, his emotions still raw and overwhelming. Here was a man known for his eloquence, suddenly struggling to find the simplest words. What he finally managed to whisper, "Incredible, just incredible," was less a compliment and more a confession, an admission that he had been changed by what he had seen. That hesitation, that loss of composure, opened an entirely new perspective on both his character and the bond between these two actors. For years, their public image had been carefully professional. They were colleagues, co-stars, partners in projects, but never anything more in the eyes of the media. Yet in that moment of vulnerability, when Liu Yuning's restraint collapsed, audiences sensed something far deeper than professionalism. It was as though Zhao Lusi's performance had not only moved him as an actor, but reached him as a man, speaking to emotions that he could not disguise. Fans across social media immediately seized upon this, interpreting his reaction as a rare window into feelings long hidden. Whether or not there is truth to these speculations almost matters less than the power of the perception itself. People do not simply want to see great acting. They want to believe in the connections that acting reveals. This fresh perspective reframes the entire event. It is not only Zhao Lusi's triumph as an actress or Liu Yuning's uncharacteristic breakdown. It is the intersection of art and reality, the blurring of lines between what is scripted and what is lived. His visible struggle to speak to her becomes symbolic. Sometimes the deepest emotions cannot be captured in words, and silence itself becomes the truest expression. In that silence, the industry saw not weakness but authenticity. What remains most striking is how one performance can ripple outward to redefine relationships, reputations, and expectations. The whispers of admiration, the unspoken words, the trembling pause between actor and actress. All of these details together created an unforgettable tableau. This was no longer about a single scene in a drama, but about the enduring power of human connection. And in that moment, both Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning stepped beyond their roles, showing the world that sometimes art does not simply imitate life, it exposes it. Directors and actors across the industry are now discussing this moment, calling it a turning point. Some believe it will inspire Liu Yuning to explore more vulnerable roles, while others see it as Zhao Lusi's breakthrough, proving she can move even the toughest hearts. Social media is on fire, with millions replaying every detail of that night, trying to understand what exactly unfolded. And maybe that's the real lesson here, the reminder that art has the power to break walls, to dissolve the strongest armor, and to touch the human soul in ways we can't predict. When even the most stoic among us are moved to tears, it tells us we've witnessed something truly timeless. This is Update X24H, bringing you the stories that move the world. If this moment touched you as much as it touched millions of fans, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join our community. Thank you for watching and stay tuned, because the next chapter in this incredible journey is only just beginning.